It was so much fun. I mean, working with incredibly talented and super funny people, and being able to kind of mold things and make things happen, and to watch things that are now iconic, to watch them from the ground up. So much fun. I mean, first time Will and Sherry did the cheerleaders, you knew it was magic and hilarious. The first time I saw Molly, even in the table read, do Mary Catherine Gallagher, I was like, this is the most interesting character I've seen in a really long time. I was lucky enough to be there for Cowbell. I was there for a lot of really funny, iconic, unbelievable moments, like moments where I was laughing so hard I could barely, call cameras. I mean, I was there for all the Jeopardies with Daryl and Will, and they were all such great performers. I can't really say what my absolute favorite sketch was. One of the hardest I've ever laughed was we did the sketch called Riding My Donkey Political Talk Show that Andrew Steele wrote, and he wrote a theme song just based on this Herb Alpert song, like a horns kind of song, and he wrote these lyrics to it that were hilarious, that Will, of course, was in. And then it was everyone doing impressions of like real news people, like I think Tim did Bernard Shaw, I think Anna did Cokie Roberts, I think Daryl was Sam Donaldson, and they were on real donkeys. And the donkeys were doing all this stuff while they were trying to perform and do these impressions. And it was so funny. We were all laughing so hard. I literally had to just start pointing to the camera I wanted to go to, because me and Steve Semina, the TD, we were laughing so hard we couldn't even control ourselves. At one point, Tim's donkey just kept dropping his head and making Tim fall off the donkey, and then he'd have to get back on it, and then the donkey would drop his head, he'd slide off it. And then somebody else's donkey went into Daryl's crotch and started literally nibbling at his balls while he was in the middle of doing a line. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It was so funny. I don't know if anyone laughed at it, but it made us laugh really hard. And it was so funny because John Goodman, we had read it. Sometimes you'll read something with one host, it doesn't get picked, and then you'll bring it for another. And John Goodman, they had read that with John Goodman, and he really wanted to do it, but we couldn't fit it in his show. So every time he would come back and host, I would have the first day of rehearsal on Thursdays, his first sketch, I would always have that theme song all ready for him and play it for him like every time. And as a matter of fact, I think he hosted this past year, and Kenny Among, the supervising producer, called me. He's like, what's that sketch? That sketch that John loves. Because I'm like an idiot savant. I remember every single sketch. I remember who was in it. I remember the hosts. It's crazy. I need to get all that information out of my brain for other things, because I forget really important things. But I remember Riding My Donkey Political Talk Show.